All right, everybody, how are you doing today? This is going to be a fast and furious meeting today. Why? Because of the fact it's a Friday afternoon for you guys. Get you on your way to go ahead and have a good life out there, enjoy. And some of you are still building your corporate credit. That's awesome. Also today, again, as you know, I'm working from the home, so you're allowed to hear the dogs bark. You're allowed to hear, I don't know what, maybe a atomic bomb might go off. The bottom line is we're going to finish this meeting and have a great meeting. Awesome. Some of you sent some great questions. Remember our site. Our site just got rejuvenated. It is corporate credit blueprints.com. Again, www.corporatecreditblueprints.com. That's the S at the end of prints. Also, another theme, it's the HTTPS something, corporatecreditblueprints.com. Or if you want to go ahead and look for some info, go to info@corporatecreditblueprints.com. Again, S at the end of prints. Also, if you go to the page I told you about, you also have an opportunity to go ahead and get a couple of free items and some free books. Those of you are the first time listening, go there and get some free books on the corporation and the structure. All right. Congratulations for all of you. The trainees are here and also some new people that are here. Just want to let you know in the beginning that you have 90 days of boot camp. Sometimes quicker. I say 90 days because some move faster, some move slower. But it's okay. It doesn't really matter. And some of you have are seasoned people, and you have a corporation. Well, I'm still going to tell you it's going to be 90 days depending on how much cleanup we need to do. Some of you, there's a lot of cleanup, not a bad thing. And some of you, there's no cleanup. It's like you've been in business for quite a while, like for 1,000 years, and you have no corporate credit reporting to it. You have absolutely zero, but you do have a DUNS number and you do have a BIN number with business experience. So we'll find a way what's going on with that. We get everything cleaned up and we'll take it from there. All right. So as we begin, we want to let you know that we do understand that you are, some of you new and some of you aren't new, but some of the things is going to let you know that it's an easy situation to go through this. It's not that hard. The second thing usually what happens in life, a lot of you probably been through here. They say, hey, your credit is so bad, you would need a cosigner to pay cash. Think about that for a minute. You've said that, people tell you that before. Maybe not in that way, but they say you're so bad, they wouldn't even lend you a wooden nickel. And then some people think, oh, you're saying there's a chance? That's the bottom line. There is a chance, folks. Even if your credit's so bad that you need a cosigner for cash, you're going to find out corporate credit has nothing to do with that. Some of you have great credit and take pride in it, but some of you also don't realize what it's been costing you to have that kind of credit. When you get into the business side in the credit arena, you have a whole other outlook because it does not run the same. It does not run the same whatsoever in any way, shape, or form, okay? It's different. It's way different. And also some of you had this situation happen in your life. When you go to your family, when you say you need money, it's $5,000 and your family says no. The bank says no. Even your friends say no. Your enemies say no. Well, what happens here is this, you go on the next thing and then here's what happens again. You ask someone else, family, your bank says no. But here's what I tell people. $5,000 of safety credit is only $50 a month. $5,000 of safety credit is only $50 a month. That is when you get in a pinch, like even when the coronavirus hit, $5,000 would have helped some of you out, but you didn't have it. What if I told you that you can go ahead and get your personal side straightened out in the credit world so you can have the $5,000 or maybe even $50,000 of safety credit? And I mean safety credit. Doesn't mean you go blow it. You might have to spend, like I said, $25 a month on the card just to keep it active, because if you don't use it, they'll take it from you, whatever it is. Here's the thing. If you had $50,000 of safety credit, there's nothing that in the planet you cannot handle. So I just want to let you know is that we're going to work on those things as we go on the personal side as well as the business side. Also, here's what most people do over a week. Over a week, just get a load of this. Over a week, people blow $100 per week. That's over $600 plus per month at 4.3 weeks in a month. That's what the average is in a month. That's what you $600. You blow $600 per month, so you can make that $50 payment, or definitely you can make the $175 payment on a $50,000 payment if you needed to borrow the money. from a credit card, where you walk into the bank and say, cash advance, please. All right, so let's move forward. Now, another thing, what you're going to learn how to get is business credit lines and loans. When the bank says no or no way, and even if you have credit issues or are a startup, you're going to find out it's easy to do. And with that said, there's a criteria though. In the beginning, you are going to be accountable for stuff, which means this. You'll need to set up your own corporation. You'll need to go ahead and set up your own tax ID. You need to get your own Dun & Brad set up for you, your own business experience. Guess what? Also, you got to get your own bank account. You must get a simple website. You've got to have an email address, the name of your business, superfundsrus.com or something. Whatever it might be. Those are the fees that you have to take care of, because the fees that you pay for the business credit is going to get you and teach you there. Now, some of you have already been on the website and on YouTube and seen these other people, the gurus, if you want to call them, saying, hey, get your business credit now. Here, use your personal credit. Get this done. Get $150,000 in startup money right now and start buying real estate, or start flipping homes, or start flipping cars, or start doing flippity dippity do, whatever they're going to go ahead and do. But they don't tell you one thing. What's going to happen if you ever get in a situation you don't have the funds to make the payments on those? Well, they say, well, when you go flippity dippity do a home, you're going to have the money for escrow. Okay, great. 30, 60, 90 days. But is it possible? Remember, we live in a world that's not perfect. It's a fallen world. No matter which way you turn, no matter how well you walk the line, there are always going to be weapons formed against you that will try to prosper unless you are prepared to go ahead and have the setup correctly. So this is what we teach you. So if you decide to do personal credit, to go ahead and co-sign for your corporation, we show you how to get out of that mess. It's okay to do it, but you have to know how to get out like the rich do. Also, another thing, what a corporate setup is. Here, first of all, this is never to be taken as legal advice. I'm not here to be your attorney. I'm not here to be your babysitter about your money. I'm not here to go ahead and be your financial advisor. I'm going to tell you everything that I tell you here is what I have done. Is it guaranteed that you're going to get the same thing what I have done? I don't know. If you follow the steps that I've done, you'll be lucky, because the mistakes I've made, I already made them for you. I've been beat up, spit on, and booed off stage several times in my life, and where I went and how I got things adjusted. Boy, I tell you. But now there's no worries, because I know exactly what to do. And yesterday I had a conversation with one of the students how you can actually, there's corporations that you can actually get in an inexpensive way, depending how you want to find them, and to go ahead and use them. And it's totally perfectly, safe to protect them, because you end up with them yourself and you do all the corrections. And you can go ahead and grab the history if you wish. There's many things to do, many ways to win. This is just letting you know about what a corporation is considered. A corporation is considered a legal person. Some of you might want to really understand that. What is an ens legis? Look that up. Ens legis. E-N space L-E-G-I-S. Look up that and see what that is. Some people don't even realize that's what it is. Now, as we move on forward, this is telling you what can happen to a corporation. They can engage in activities and articles of incorporation. You don't need a fictitious business name for a corporation. Now, with this said as well, for all the new people, you might not understand why I'm giving you this, because I'm telling you this because there's a purpose behind it. Even some of the students in here, again, I want you to refresh you on this, is that you must remember what a corporation is. It has a power. It's once you get the tax ID. Once you get the tax ID, when you set up your business, when you sign up with us, if you're signing up from scratch, not having never having a corporation, or you're just starting a new corporation, your 90 days start from the time you get the bank set up. Some of you have to wait for certain things from the stock kit place, your corporate stock kit. You're waiting on the legal stuff from the when you file your corporation. Some states you file online, you can get it overnight, or you can get it the next day. Also, if you look to your right, look at the box. You have a white box on top, and there's 3 little boxes, and you see 3 little houses. Little houses we'll talk about later. But here's one thing you want to understand. You're going to learn how to daisy chain credit. This is just to give you just the beginning of an introduction what that means. What does daisy chain credit mean? What is what is when you daisy chain credit, how does that work? Do you guys realize you can have a corporation can co-sign for another corporation? Did you realize that? I'll tell you more about that later as you become a student. Another thing is this webinar is not for you. If you're looking to get rich quick scheme, forget it. It's not happening. It's done. It's over. Leave. I'm not here to give you a quick rich yet. You must build the foundation. Within 6 to 9 months, you can have anywhere between $100,000 to $250,000 worth of corporate credit and also cash credit, depending how you want to set it up. You want to go fast? Tell you what, go to the YouTube, find the guys that tell you how to go ahead and do it. Those of you that have the good credit, nothing wrong with that. Those of you who don't have good credit, you're going to learn a great foundation, because when anything ever comes your way, you've gone through the foundation. You've gone through the building of it. You know exactly what to do when the wave comes. No one will ever be able to have you broke again. I promise you this much, as sure as you hear this voice and even scratch your head, how can this be? Because what you learned, you're going to learn what the rich learn, why they stay rich. Even if they fall down, they know how to get back up and get back into the game. The thing is, you'll never be without a way. You'll always know what to do. You're never going to be without an ammo. In other words, that there's no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and no foul word is spoken against you will ever prevail against you. Why? Because you have the setup perfectly done. You expect money to fall from the sky without no work or qualifications? It's not going to happen. Now, yes, if you have good credit, it will happen a little bit. But again, do you know how to get out of it? Those gurus are awesome. Let me tell you, they do tell you how to go ahead and get those fast credit cards quickly, American Express, Chase, and how to get at a particular time. Well, how about if I told you can go ahead and get $50,000 in one swoop if you had good credit for your corporation? And once you get it, there is a way out that you personally guarantee it, where eventually it goes back onto the corporation's back only, not yours. You're just kind of like giving the handicap for a little while, like maybe from eight to maybe 18 months maximum. And then you can get out and leave it on the back of the corporation. There's a way to structure it. Also, those of you who don't have the structure, don't worry. You're eventually going to have the structure yourself, because when we work on your corporation, we're also going to work on your credit as well. Why? You need both. What I mean that sometimes you're going to need both. On the personal side, you want the $100,000 emergency credit. In other words, you don't spend it on anything. That's a card you use when an emergency shows up. You know what to do. All right. If you're dreaming of starting a business, and you're not ready yet, forget it. This is not the place for you. This is somewhere you're ready to take action, whether it be with us or anybody else. Here's the thing. It's like you're either going to do it or not. It's either yes or no. There's no in between in life. There's no maybe in life. Maybe doesn't even exist. Show me a maybe. It's either yes, you did it, no, I didn't. That's it. End of story. Yeah, some people don't like to live that way, but I tell you what, it's easier. It's simpler. Because when you do maybe, you got to worry about what's coming up later behind the maybe. It's yes, I did, no, I didn't. No, I didn't, but I'll do it by then. Is that okay with you? You're going to find out it's easier, just yes and no. It makes life so much easier. All right, next thing is this: how to invest in yourself. Your first 90 days is your boot camp. Why? There's things you need to do. There's things that we can't do. Once you sign up, there's things that you need to do. These things you pay for. You got to pay for your corporation. Got to pay for your stock kit. There's several items you got to take care of. Is it a whole lot? No, not really. But if you want someone to do it for you, there's places out there that's going to charge you $999 just to do the work, but you're going to give them the money to file. The $999 does not cover the filing fees for your corporation. It doesn't cover getting your stock kit. It doesn't cover getting your tax ID. It doesn't cover doing your website, getting a website or getting the 800 number. Why? You need all these things for credibility. So if you want to learn, you can. If you want someone to do it or us to do it, I'm just telling you, that's what the price will be. It's not that I'm trying. I mean, people don't understand this. They think, oh, they're paying the price and they get the corporation. No, 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 no. You pay the price to get the availability to get all the stuff and get the guidance correctly. And we have a whole staff you can call anytime you want, and they'll talk to you. They'll guide you during the webinars, our training webinars. The same thing. You'll be here once or twice a week. Sometimes I go back and go to the basics. I always cover the basics from the beginning. Kind of drives some of my older students nuts, but it's the basics, basics, basics. It's a foundation. because you're going to need the cookie cutter later on in life. I promise. There is work you'll need to do so that the second 90 days we can start building your company scores, so we can go ahead and start building your corporate credit to your freedom from being in bondage from the money. In other words, you want to get out of bondage of trying to have money. Now you're going to be in bondage. How I'm going to go ahead and use the money to make money. Well, we're going to give you several ideas. You choose. You're an adult, but I would start dreaming now. Start dreaming again. What kind of franchise you want to get? Don't laugh. I want to get a McDonald's. Ha ha ha. Don't cast your pearls upon swines. In other words, don't tell some people what you want, because they're going to steal your dream from you. I don't care if you live underneath a freeway bridge. I don't care if you just got off crack cocaine and you're being clean for however long you be clean. You can still have a dream. Just don't cast your pearls upon swine. They're going to make fun of your dreams. Say, oh, how are you going to do it? There's naysayers out there. People that want to steal from you. That's worse. That's worse than taking money out of your pocket that you have, the money you have in your pocket. Because you're taking your dream from you, and your dream's going to provide the money for you. You got to understand, if the dream's in you, that means you could do it. Let no one else go ahead and stop you. If they do, why are you listening to them? Even if it's your loved one, say, hey, don't tell them. You just do what you're going to do, and then come back in a few 18 months, 6 months. Booyah. What do you got to say now? What's that song? I have money, or what are the guys flipping money? Like I said, you can do it. So you can start building and get out of the bondage. So yes, we'll be doing some of the work. Why? We're no joke. Seriously, we're no joke. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm not very entertaining. I'm not very funny. I'm just straight to the point. But here's one of the things I want to let you know. You'll never be broke again once you get done with this. Never. I don't care what happens in your life. I don't care if you go through an emotional crisis. You won't be broke again. Let me ask you. It's nice to arrive in a limo when you have a crisis. It's nice to arrive in style on first-class flight when you're having a crisis, because you have the money through the corporation that's taking care of it, and the corporation's making money to take care of you. You take care of it in the beginning, and this is one thing, since it's a legal person, okay? This legal person will take care of you if you take care of it in the beginning. It'll be your best friend. It'll be your best wife, your best husband, your best boyfriend, your best secret lover. It will never tell on you. It will only tell on you if you don't do the right things. That's what it'll do to you. But if you treat it right, it'll take care of you. I promise you, there's any emotional stuff goes on, you can arrive in style. Next thing you're going to improve, we're going to show you how to improve your fundability. Absolutely. These are the factors to improve your fundability. These are just some of them. Do you realize people have been in business for a while, don't even have, guess what? A website. No credibility. I don't care if you live underneath a bridge, get a website. You can get in fact, a lot of you don't you realize you can have an address at the postal service, and it's called call mail. You can have it. They tell you only can have it for 30 days. They're full of baloney. You can go to the postmaster call, and the postmaster has to call it for you for free. I'm telling you, if you're homeless, you can get it for free. Your mail to that address. Also, a phone number. You can buy a throwable phone away. All of you make, I don't care if you need the bridge, you make at least $600 a month minimum somehow, some way. Honestly, okay? All right. But there's all kinds of stuff. This is a real simple thing to do, but you're getting you fundable, and fundability is keeping all these little things. And people don't think this is a big deal. Why do I got to do this? Why do I work? I'm so busy. Man, get off yourself. Let me tell you, you say you're busy. I have people in here that they run 4 businesses at a time, and they're doing this at the same time. Why? Because they're dedicated to getting this. And they're not chintzy about the money. They're chintzy the fact they're actually going to receive and start getting money. So they realize they're investing in themselves. Here's this. If you're trying to squeeze and try to go ahead, oh, well, that's a whole lot, then you know what? You don't even need to be here. Why? It's always, here's the deal. If you want $200,000 and you have to invest $500, what? $500 for $200,000? Give me a break. Some of you've gone to school. Oh, I'm going to go on here. I'm going to go on a soap opera. Here, some of you went to school. You graduated business. You got a master's. Some of you got even a PhD, which stands for the Pizza Hut delivery. I'm telling you, why'd you spend all that money for to end up a job working at wherever you're working at? Some of you might have got the job you don't even like. Well, I got a degree. Whoopee. And how much bills? What's the bill you're left with? Here's one course when you actually graduate from this. Each semester you'll graduate, of course. you're going to end up with something that you can use. By the time you go to the PhD level, which is in about 9 to 12 months, you're going to be anywhere from 100 to 300 to $400,000. When you graduate from college, what have they ever given you except a debt? But don't worry about that, because I can show you once you start your corporation, I can show you how to go ahead and create the corporation where it has a perk package. And they say if you went to school and have a degree, that they will be glad to take over, guess what? Your student loan and make the payments. As long as the corporation is making money, they'll be glad to pay the payments. Oh, but you know what? You say, well, why do that for? I'm paying them. Well, guess what? Let me tell you why. Because the corporation could write it off. You can't. Get excited, folks. You're going to learn how to think out of the box. I have so many great things that people look at. Oh, how can this? Here's the thing. There's these people that are doubting Thomases, and I just let them stay doubting. Why? If they come back, I don't even take them back. Why? Because here's this. All of you willing to believe if this only costs $5 you invest today, you would. And guess what you get? $5 worth of investment. All I'm telling you is this. If you're willing to go to school to spend 40, 50, 60, 100, $200,000 on student loans, why not make an investment there? You'll definitely guarantee you'll get something if you do the work too. You got to set it up, the boot camp. Then we take over and help you out. And then we work together. During the time of the boot camp, we're working with you. Our coaches call you. You have coaching calls. You have information to read. You have a lot to do. You come to the webinars once a week. You come to school once a week, if you want to say. And yes, your assignments for school are going to generate you money, credit. What's the difference between somebody that has $1 million in credit versus someone who has $1 million in cash? The million in cash is going to have to pay taxes on it. $1 million in credit, there's no tax. Remember, borrowed money is not taxable. So you have the same power a person does, and you're still a millionaire. Get excited. You can do something with it. You can buy something and use your education wisely. Finally, I'm not knocking education. I went to, guess what, Columbia University. I understand. That's how I got started and realized what a numbskull I was. I paid them to come out with a debt. Woo-wee. All right, next thing. We're going to help you build unbeatable business credit, and we start with 7 vendors. And these are simple 7 vendors you'll end up with to go ahead and do. That gets your score going. Also, we will show you how you can access loans even when the bank says no, and there's a way to do it. Some of you can do it with bad credit, and some of you can do it with good credit. Good credit, there's some special package for people who have good credit up front that it will, excuse me, just took a drink. All right, we'll go ahead, and you can end up with anywhere between $50,000 to $150,000, 0% interest, between 6 to 18 months. So here's the beauty of the whole thing. There's nothing cannot be accomplished if you're willing to do some of the work. And then from there, put it this way, we're going to give you everything to build the most powerful ship you want, the high-powered ship. Then we're going to get everything and give you the blueprints. We're going to coach you through. We're going to walk you through. You're not going to be alone. We even give you things in case you can go you'll even have a back room you can go into to begin to tell you what level you're at. Here's what you can apply for now. It's going to even tell you need to have these many cards reporting to get these cards. You want the American Express cards? You're going to have 14 open lines reporting. All right, so now you only have 10. So you apply for 4 more lines. You get that on. And now you can go apply for the some of those cash credit cards. And with some are going to have, guess what? No personal guarantee. Get excited. I'm telling you, folks, it's so awesome. Now you're going to learn how to power the business eventually. But most people fail trying to start business, building business credit. Why? Most people don't know that the EIN credit can be built regardless of personal credit. I'm going to say this real loud in this particular webinar. If your credit sucks and it's so bad and you owe IRS, you owe child support, you owe everybody on the planet. You even owe God. In fact, you even owe the national debt as well. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter. Corporation doesn't matter. Write this down. Write this down. Grab a pen and paper, because this is going to be the mantra you're going to rest of your life. Write it on your mirror. Put it on your stove. Play it make a YouTube for yourself and play it over and over. But have your friends tell you on your LinkedIn or whatever you have going on, all those super chats you got out there. Tell them to remind you. Tell them to remind you this. Debt follows tax ID. Debt follows tax ID. I'll talk about that later. Next thing, business credit secrets revealed. Well, I mean, they're not really secrets because it's out there, but I unscramble a lot of it. I've done a lot of years of working because it's all out there. You just got to find where to pull it. And some people won't even talk about divisions because they really don't know how to structure them properly. So they work for you, and I'll tell you what they are again later. All right, your personal credit isn't enough sometimes to guarantee stuff. So if you get a credit line or credit cards for expanding advertising inventory and other expansions to expand against your competitors, all right? So that you invest in large projects like commercial property or land or construction, at times your personal credit's not going to be enough. You're going to need a corporation to do it. And guess what? You build your corporation up to $1 million, $2 million, you're going to end up, you can flip some houses. Also, another thing, having good business credit, even if you have poor credit, is awesome. Your personal credit will not affect your corporation credit. All right? Those who have great credit, your great credit eventually won't be able to outdo your corporate credit. Your great credit will eventually hit its limit where a corporation won't hit its limits. So those of you, which I understand because I'm in the same boat, I get the same attitude, like, oh, I got credit, I got good credit, I'm all that. Give me a break. No, you're not. Because why can't you go ahead and do a $5 million, $6 million, $10 million building on just under your own name? Forget about the building carrying itself. It's not going to be enough. I don't care who you are. Now, if you run a big business like Amazon, you walk in, of course, they're going to go ahead and sign you because they know you have the Amazon and your personal stuff. Okay, so get it to that level, then we can talk another game. But right now, you're going to learn different things to get for your company or corporation to get it started, like getting a secured Visa business credit card with a guaranteed approval. I mean, there's things, just many things you can do. All right. Also, another thing, you'll have business consultants out there charge 5,000, 500, 9,500 for the same information that's contained in this complete resource and the teaching you correctly the pattern of 3 daisy chaining your credit. There's a lot of things that the gurus show you. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying they take it to a point and then that's it. Those who have done that, I'm glad you did. Now come over and start learning something to go ahead and take it to the next level in life. So when stuff comes, you're ready to go and get yourself out of the personal credit. I think it's great they can do that. I honor them. I think they're great. But you know what? I want to take you further. Why do you want business credit for? Well, guess what? It doesn't report on your personal credit if you get the right credit cards. All right. We believe in you. Here's the thing. All entrepreneurs should be able to obtain capital. You should know exactly how to get approved before even applying. A lot of you don't even know how to don't know how to apply to get approved. And we're going to make sure when you apply, you get approved. All right. You should be able to access all funding options in one place. In other words, I'm not going to send you all over the place. You can call our advisors. You can talk to me. Sometimes in the webinar, I come up with a new place. We're always looking for new ways to get you funding for your business. We'll find many ways to get it done, even if you don't have personal good credit. Don't worry about your good credit. The reason why I'm dancing on that a lot, I want people to know I don't care. If you ruin stuff, if you got stuff jacked up, build this credit, get this going, then we'll go ahead and fix your other personal credit along the road. It is fixable. I promise you it is fixable. All right, now business credit. This is credit in the business name and not the owner's. Personal credit does not matter. The company's ability to pay is what the credit provider cares about. That's it. It opens up a multitude of opportunities. These bank cards, you'll eventually begin to see what happens and what's going on. Also, another thing is this. Remember this. Do not have a company that has your name. Do not do a company in your name if you can avoid it. If you're already done it, oh well, you become the duck. We'll fix that anyway. No problem. Even when you have a problem, we'll fix it. We'll fix it before the problem shows. So if the problem shows up after you fix it, since you fix it before the problem, then you're okay. Here's another thing we want to know and let you understand. Here's what you want to go ahead and do. You're going to learn how to get easier approvals because you're going to go to different places to get different things. Yes, you see vehicles, corporate credit account, marketing, all right, equipment, payroll. How about payroll credit line for $6,000? There's more than that. You can get more than that, of course. I'm just showing you real simple stuff. Apple, HP Business Credit, Office Supply, Staples, Office Depot, furniture. I guess IKEA is gone now, I believe. I think they're still hanging out somewhere. All right. The next thing, don't do this. Vendor credit 101. Having an I'm going to say, when I say EIN, or when you hear me say tax ID, I mean EIN. But tax ID is the same as EIN. A tax ID, those of you get it, does not mean you have established credit. No, 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 no. It does not mean that. It means you just have a tax ID number. Yay. To open a bank account. Yay. That's the best thing. Now, here's the thing. If you go to a bank or retail to open any credit, not personal guarantee it, just to go to the corporation, they're going to laugh at you and laugh at you, and you'll get turned down. Or unless you use your cosign for the approval for the guarantee, which we even tell you when to do that. Why? Because there's a time and place to do it. It's not right in the beginning. You got to have the patience. If you need money right now, then guess what? Tough luck. You never should have put yourself in that position. Now, if you want to get out of the position, guess what? Go find those gurus that'll help you out. Get your credit right now. And come back and we'll clean up the mess. And I'll charge you for it. Okay? I think that's fair. Go get in the mud, get what you need, and then come back over here and we'll clean you again so you have a white robe. Okay? So, what I'm just letting you know is, guess what? We'll make sure that you build everything correctly. And maybe that might sound to you arrogant. Who is he saying this? I'm just telling you a fact for life. If you got yourself in that jam, you did it. You want to get out of the jam, go ahead and do what you got to do, and then come and go ahead and get yourself a corporation, start it up and get going. But I'm going to charge you. Why? Because you got yourself in the jam. Can we clean up the jam? Absolutely. I'm just letting you know, I've been there, I've done that, and I have the t-shirt, okay? So that's why I'll speak from it. I've been there. I've wore the pants. I've wore out my shoes. I've done every dumb thing you could think of. Dumb diddy, dumb, dumb, dumb. All right? Sometimes I think I was dumber than a brick because I did not know what I was doing, and I tried to figure it out on my own. And as I did, boy, I tell you what, you want to talk about going to college. You go to college quick when you start blowing money. Absolutely. You start learning quick. All right. So the bottom line is, once you get your profile, once you get yourself established, you can start getting your business credit scores, and the scores begin to allow you to do certain things to go ahead and get more credit. So the bottom line is, I'm telling you, there is not only hope, but I promise you it will work if you do the work. Remember, corporations only pay taxes when they make profit. This is why I said you want to understand what is a, guess what? What is a benefit package? What is a perk package? You're going to learn how to hire yourself when you work for your corporation and do it properly. So you can actually say, no, I work for the company. I'm on payroll for the company. You're going to learn not how to be the sitting duck. You're not going to be like the British when they came over here and they had the red coats with the X's across their front and X's across their back. Perfect target. You're going to take the target off your back. Okay? You're going to learn that corporations only pay taxes when they make a profit. Oh, I'm sorry. You're going to learn some of the tricks that the people that, oh, I despise Donald Trump. Oh, Hillary Clinton, or this person. Or how about what's his name from Amazon? Did they pay any taxes last year? Oh, you might want to go look to see if they paid any taxes. And I think there's a thing called zero. How come? Oh, they didn't make a profit? Oh, poor them. Why not you? You're the same. You guys got to understand, you guys belong to the same boat once you become a corporation. Here's another thing. I encourage you. Those who want to go, I'm going to do an LLC, or I'm going to do an S corporation. Well, I'm not going to tell you what S corporation stands for. You might be able to figure it out. I don't want to offend nobody now. When you actually come into the course, I'll say it, but I won't say it because I don't know who's going to hear it. But you figure it out. Here's the reason why I say this. Create a corporation and have the corporation create the LLC. Or have the corporation create the S corp. But I'm not going to give you the rest of the details, but there's the reason why it's so important to have the C corp do it. Just remember resolution. Resolution, resolution, resolutions. Remember resolution. That is one of the keys. So, anyways, let's move on. All right, borrowed money is not taxable, so don't spend money on and loan. Don't spend money, loan money. We're going to teach you about that, how that works for you. Also, the next thing, you're going to learn about business opportunities that come along as you start acquiring your corporate credit. What are you going to do with it? And as you start building, you're going to start making more money. You're going to start getting higher credit lines, and then things are just going to spiral. You can get yourself to, how about get yourself to $1 million? How How about getting to $1 million? What if I tell you we can get you $1 million at 9 months? There's some things you're going to have to do, of course. And there's a process you're going to have to go through, of course. And there's certain things you're going to have to take care of finance-wise, of course. It's investment in your business. But you know what? If that's what you want, we'll do it. Now, this is important. If you read it, it just lets you know that your corporation can go ahead and lend money anywhere in the world, well, in the U.S. and how it can. This is the code, and there's 8 reasons here why. All right, it tells you why. Okay. Next thing is this. We're also presented with, this is just a simple opportunity that most of my students do. They'll get a 50 line credit. They'll loan it out 5 times. So someone do $100,000 or $150,000. But here's the rule: $50,000 credit line. They'll lend it out. Bottom line is, you'll make $2,400 a month or almost $30,000 a year just lending. How about that? Now, also, we show you how to protect yourself because we only do it against real estate. I'll show you also how to do the homestead blocker, the UCC one with the chattel mortgage. We'll explain how that is done. Also, another thing we want to show you is never bring the pain home again. A lot of you understand you bring the pain home. We're not here about bringing the pain home. We don't want you to bring the pain home ever again. So when anything goes bad, I don't care. That's why you're going to learn the power of 3. You're learning divisions, how divisions will be your line of defense. You've got to have a line of defense. In fact, divisions are only taught by one other person that I know of. He is really good at what he does in it. I learned a lot from him, but he split his own way. I went my own way. And on top of that, he knows what he's doing. But anyone else, that's when no one else teaches it, because it is kind of how to put it. It's like the next level of corporate credit. It's the next level, really up to playing a game to win. Win means this: when someone sues you, even when you lose, you win. There's many ways you can win, and just like that. Here's the thing: everyone thinks, oh, the rich get away with this. The rich get away with it because they have people telling them. You go to school, you're learning from a professor that doesn't even make more than $200,000 a year. How are you going to make money from somebody that doesn't make that money? They're not going to teach you anything. They're going to teach you how to make that level. I can tell you for a fact, I can get you to $42,750,000 in corporate credit. I can tell you can get to $27 million in the beginning and $47 million after 24 months or 24 months. Yep. Easy. But here's the thing. There's other things that are available that I've never discussed before, but I'm going to barely discuss it today with you, how else it happens. In other words, we're going to teach you to protect yourself as you're building your dream, because people are going to try to steal your dream. And in the class, I tell you why, but here I'm going to tell you, they're trying to steal your dream. One way is as you start to become successful in whatever you consider success. I'm going to give you a dollar amount. The minute you start hitting over $250,000, people are going to try to go ahead and upset your dream, which means they're going to try to sue you because they know, oh, you have this kind of business. That's why we're going to show how to protect yourself as you begin to build your dream. So even if you lose, you'll win. In other words, they'll never take the dream. Also, another thing, have this form, the SS. I don't know if that stands for the SS. And when I say that, I think of the German movies, SS4, the Gestapo. Well, I won't say nothing about the government. I'll keep that quiet for the moment. Anyways, here's this. You only get one Social Security, and you only get one chance to screw it up. All right? Another thing is this. Most of you've done that. And some of you've pride yourself because you kept it so clean. But here's the thing. You never lived life. You never lived it on the edge. Because you're so worried, I got to keep it at this. Well, yes, you're going to keep a good score. You got to keep it within, 30% or 29% or 24% of spending limit. So if you have $1,000, the most you can spend is maybe what? $240. All right, of the 1,000, or else they just ding your credit score like, "Whoa, you're danger, Will Robinson, danger." All right. Now here's the beauty of corporate credit. You move over now to the SS, the Gestapo number. That yellow big one is a corporation. Those 3 yellow ones are going to be divisions. The yellow corporation is going to be a corporation has nothing to do with what you do for business. It might just say ABC Inc. What is ABC Inc? That's what you want people to know. That's it. But the divisions, if you're that egotistical and you've got to have a name, you can name the division after you if you wish. Remember this: a DBA of you is a DBA of you. I'll repeat it again. A DBA of you is the DBA of you. Okay? Does that sink in? Now here's another thing. A DBA of a corporation is a DBA of a corporation. A DBA of a corporation is a DBA of a corporation. Do you understand that? So a division is a corporation under the division umbrella. Okay? So, with that said, you're going to find out divisions are going to be your line of defense. They're going to be your line of defense. You're going to do all your business in divisions. Your main corporation is going to build credit, and I'm going to show you how to pass it down to your children. So guess why? So you can start having them have credit, and if you ever need to be co-signed for it, one of those co-signed for the company was done right. See, there are 3 steps to this when you have a problem. If there's a line of defense, if you have a problem, you're going to learn how to disconnect. You're going to learn how to isolate. You're going to learn how to incorporate. You're going to learn how to arbitrate. Then you guess what you're going to do. Guess what you're going to do if you can't negotiate. Here's one thing about it. You're going to see the storm coming before. You know what? This business is not going to make it. I'm going to have to go ahead and give this up. But I'm going to promise you, I'm going to show you before you even have to bankrupt it. I'm going to show you about the good pieces. Oh, yes, I'm going to show you about the good pieces. How about if I told you this? What I say, you know who's going to go out of bankruptcy. You put an ad in the paper, say, if you go bankrupt, call us first. Not that we can save you, but we're willing to go ahead and make you an offer on your good debt still. Think about what I just said, on your good debt still. You might offer pennies on the dollar for the good debt, because what if I tell you, you take it over? I'm not going to tell you how yet, but you take it over, and guess what? You take it over, and then they start reporting to your company, and let's say that debt you're buying is 20 years old, and you're willing to make the payment on it. There's a way to go ahead and do it properly. Now you got a credit line, and let's say that credit line, the highest they've ever had was $5 million, but what they owe on it now is $100,000, but they just can't handle it. You have corporate credit to make that payment on that deal. Let it get on your credit report, and guess what you're going to end up when you go to the bank? Woo-hoo! I'm telling you, sisters and brothers, amen. It's so awesome. But now, the next slide. That's enough for now. All right. Never put all your eggs in one basket. That's why you're going to learn how divisions are so powerful. They are very, very powerful. Next thing is this. Hey, not everybody's buddy. I have this picture not to antagonize you, but to go here. Look at it. He was worth $10 billion before, during, and even after 4 corporate bankruptcies. Why? Debt follows tax ID. Debt follows tax ID. I mean, if you structure this right, I'm just going to tell you this. If you don't believe me, all you Google manias, I love Google mania people. I love you because you guys are the best that actually prove me right every time. I like third-party verification. As you're going to learn, where I'm going to start teaching how to do third-party verification. And I love when you do third-party verification because it's the most powerful thing there is on the planet. Next thing is you're going to learn how to do that. But Google this. Google about the United States of America and see if it's incorporated. The next class, I'm going to give you the DUNS number so you can prove it is. So go Google it. Second thing, are not the states incorporated? And then after that, are not the cities within the states incorporated? Think about that. Corporate umbrella, United States. The divisions are the states. And then underneath the states is their divisions and subdivisions. Something to think about, folks. They've already been telling you how to do corporations a long, long ago, and a lot of you have been sleeping. And those of you who went to business school, those of you who went to Harvard, hey, I went to Columbia, pals, and guess what? Harvard, Yale, Princeton. I used to live in Princeton, by the way. Princeton, Georgetown. Oh, they never taught you this, did they? Huh, you bananas. All right. I'm real cocky about that part because guess what? I come from that arena, and I can talk to them the way it is. Some of you that have not come from that arena, don't worry about that. I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to get you there. Why? I like to see that. For some reason, I've been kicked off. I'm telling you, I've been beaten down. I'm telling you, but they could not take away the information from me. It works solid. I promise. It's telling you, it's exciting. You can probably hear the excitement in my voice. Motivation is great, but that's not all there is. I don't care about motivation. That's why I say I'm not excited. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm just telling you like it is. Motivation is great, but at the end of the day, it's still going to run out. It's with the tools. It's life-changing. You're going to have the tools that'll be life-changing, and you'll never be broke again. If you're broke again, it's only because you decided to be broke. If you have a mentality of poor thinking, that's going to be wiped out because there's going to be no excuses anymore. You're either going to do it or you're not. Yes, no, that's it. No, there's no in betweens. Oh, I need, man, get off my porch. You know, there's no this. I'm telling you, folks. Again, motivation is great. You get all rah rah rah, then all of a sudden, you don't have no tools. With tools, it's life changing. You're going to have a tool that's life changing, and you'll have many areas to do it with, especially with the visions. You're going to find out that, wow, why didn't they ever tell us? They did tell you, but you never paid attention how they restructured the United States back in the 1800s. I think it's 1867 is when they did it. But you got to go back and look. But if you all want the tax ID number, go to our website at www.corporatecreditblueprints.com, www.corporateblueprints.com. Go in there, register, get your free book, and then it says send an email saying, I'd like to know the Dun & Brad number for all those. And I'll give you each one of them that is. You make that request, I'll do it for you. I'm going to show you. They already showed you how to structure it from day one. 1867, if I remember that's the date, maybe a little earlier, maybe 1864. But in those dates, they structured. That's when they first got it going. And then from there, it all went downhill because they've been feeding off. And now, yeah, it's just crazy. It's so awesome. And I can show you more and more and more. They already showed you how to do a corporation. What do you think some of these rich people figured out? Oh, these guys done it. Oh, my God. I can do it too. It's not. That's why they will never, when I say never, if they revamp everything, it'll be a real hard choice because they have to wipe out every corporation that's ever been done. Every city will be wiped out. The United States corporate will be wiped out. That's why you can go ahead and file BK and start another corporation, by the way, because remember, debt follows tax ID. Just something for you to think about. Every state has a tax ID. Hello, McFly. Okay, anyways, let's move on. I don't want to get on a soap opera. Okay, also, here's the thing. There's a science to this. And most people say there can't be. There is. There's a mathematical equation and formulas for the whole thing. Those of you who went to Yale, Harvard, Princeton, Georgetown. Oh, we'll include UCLA and USC. USC, the University of Spoiled Children, and UCLA, you can't learn anything. Haha, I come from Columbia, you guys. Let's go. I'll take you on because I guarantee you guys never learned this in your business class. You never learned this in your business management class. What were your professors telling you? They were only telling you what they know, and they only taught you what they didn't understand, and they only showed you to make only a certain amount of money. And those of you who have parents that are making money probably don't even know this, what I just told you earlier. I challenge anybody. Please bring it on. Why? Because I'm excited, because I know what I'm correct with. Next slide. Oh my God. This is what you're going to end up learning eventually. Oops, I left it in there. Forgive me. Put it this way, we're going to actually eventually have you, once you get past the stage you're in, the baby stage, the first 90, the first 60 days, the first 90, the first 60 days, then we start going to the 90 days, then we're going to start moving. We're going to start dancing. Some of you will be able to move quicker than that, depending on some things. But here's the beautiful thing. Each one of you, no matter if you come from a bridge, that you went through trauma in your life, I don't care if you're in the midst of a divorce, I don't care it can't take nothing from you in the midst of divorce. Why? Tax ID again. Debt follows tax ID, and I'll show you exactly how to make sure that they can't come and get you, because remember this, the stock is a hot potato, and I'll show you how to make the stock not such a hot potato. People don't understand how to actually design stocks, so you know wants to come after you, that you can't even get the stock because you'll actually be able to tell the truth. Even when you tell the truth, you're going to win. You're going to tell the truth. I don't have any stock. And I'll show you how that happens. And a lot of people, now all you bright geniuses out there, even you bright attorneys, how can you not have stock? Challenge you again. Ha. Let's see how that's done. Legally, through a C Corp. Oh, yeah. You're talking, here's the thing. I challenge another one of you guys. LLC stands for Limited Liability Company, not corporation. Best get it straight. Go look it up on the IRS site. Look it up on the IRS site and see how IRS treats the LLC, your limited liability company. See how the IRS treats it. You're better off with a C if you want any kind of protection. Absolutely. I'll tell you more about that on the other side. All right, let's continue, folks.